Hey guys, welcome back. Dr. T, living your best life. I'm here in the Philippines. Currently I'm in my condo in Lapu-Lapu, which is just off of Cebu, and Mactown, Newtown in my condo. And you can see I have a great view. Nice condo. I think I've done some videos on that before. I've kind of talked about this. So I wanted to do one on things you need to do before you get to the Philippines if you're going to come here and live here for any amount of time. Things kind of you need to know and kind of that sort of thing. So, all right. So let's just go with the assumption that you've done your research, you've decided you're going to move to the Philippines, and things you need to know. So one is almost nobody here takes credit cards or debit cards. That's almost a non-existent thing. There's some places in the big malls over in Cebu City, like Ayala and SMC side, and only certain stores are going to take credit cards. Very, very few actually. And anywhere outside of big malls, they look at you like you're from another planet if you ask to pay with a credit card. Even places like Starbucks and all these different restaurants, virtually nobody takes credit cards. So I come from the world of America where I would literally go months without having cash in my wallet. You just don't use cash. I just used my debit card for everything, coffees, and anything everywhere in America takes debit card. Here, it's a cash society. So having said that, what I did, and I got this advice from another YouTube channel actually, and I'm thankful that I got this advice. So what I did was I went and opened up a Charles Schwab account when I was in America, because Charles Schwab doesn't charge ATM fees. The ATM fees here, I think, are $5, maybe more, depending on what ATM you use, 5 US. I think they can go as high as 10. But Charles Schwab refunds them every month. So I have zero ATM fees. So what I did was I went and I opened up a Charles Schwab account, and I have money deposited in that account. And that's primarily what I use. But I still kept my other bank account. And I want to talk about the importance. I personally would not move here without 2 bank accounts. Somewhere with no ATM fees, international ATM fees, which is the key. And then you're going to need 2 ATM cards, because for some reason, and I literally have never seen this in America, or at least I've never had it happen. I don't know anybody that's had it happen. The ATM machines here malfunction a lot, and they take your card. Not because your account is deficient or anything like that, but I've talked to numerous friends of mine here. I have one buddy that it happened to him 3 different times since I've been here in 4 months. And it's a total disaster because the machine takes your card, it doesn't give it back. And a lot of the ATMs here are detached, kind of like they are in America, like at a store or something like that. So then you got to track down, which is a total pain, a phone number, how to get it serviced, and he didn't get his back for like a week or more each time. So it's scary and it freaks you out because, like I said, this is a cash society here. So if you don't have cash on you, you are screwed here. So if the ATM machine takes your card, right, for whatever reason, it just malfunctions and it takes it. Like I said, it's pretty common. You're not getting it back anytime quick. Probably 5 to 7, maybe longer, depending on what kind of service you can get from whatever bank it's through, right? So what I do is I keep 10,000 pesos in cash as an emergency fund. And I put that aside and I never touch it. That's literally my emergency money. That's for some freak chance happens. Maybe I get injured, right? Something happens. It's emergency money for just that. The ATM machine takes my card and I'm down to 500 pesos in my wallet. This way I know, okay, I got 10,000 pesos. I could make that last for 10, 12, maybe 2 weeks even. So that would be my advice. 2 bank accounts. When you come here, always have 8 to 10,000 pesos stashed away somewhere safe as your emergency fund. And just be aware that what I do is I go every week, and the ATM machines here also, they max out. I was over in Bohol for the past couple weeks, and I was at one ATM machine, and there were some German tourists at another, and they were having difficulty with the machine. And he says, "Excuse me, would you mind helping us?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we hung out, and I'm trying to help him with the ATM machine. He was trying to take out 30,000 pesos. The machine maxes out. Most of them here will max out at 10,000 pesos. Sometimes you can find some that take out 20,000. That's rare. If you're really, really lucky, you'll find a machine that you can take out 40,000 pesos. I found one here, luckily. So what I do is, what I try to do is I take out 40,000 pesos for the month, and I try to let that take me the whole month. Because I don't want to keep going to the ATM every 7 days, right, and taking out 10,000 pesos. So that's a real pain in the ass, and that's a real big adjustment for folks coming from Western countries. So that's the big one. Another one is things to think about what you're going to bring with you. I did pretty well on my packing list, and what I brought 3 different cell phones, which I'm thankful I did. Cell phones, they're pretty cheap here on the used market. New cell phones, like we're used to, maybe like iPhones or things like that, they're really expensive here. So what I did was I brought my one cell phone that has my American phone number on it. I've kept that number, and I've talked about this in other videos. I personally kept it because I need it for work purposes. So I've kept that phone number, and then I brought another. Your phone has to be unlocked. So whatever phone you're going to bring, you got to make sure it's unlocked so you can put a Filipino SIM card in it, which the SIM cards are really cheap. $10 or something like that. I think I spent on a SIM card, maybe less. I think it might have been less actually. So, and then I have a backup phone, just worst case scenario, I break one or lose one. So my advice would be bring those things with you here to the Philippines, that and electronics. For some reason, electronics, I think they consider them luxury items here. A lot of electronics are very expensive. My laptop went down and I had to go buy a new laptop. I didn't make out too bad. I looked up the laptop I bought is sold in the US as well. I could have gotten it cheaper in America. So if you need any electronics updating, laptops, iPads, I bought a new iPad like 3 weeks before I moved to the Philippines, I knew this was an issue from watching some other YouTube channels on the Philippines. So stock up on your electronics, get your bank account situation in order. Other things to bring, and this one's going to sound maybe silly, but towels, apparently. The towels here in the Philippines are absolute shit. I mean, the worst quality, and I'm talking about, I went to good malls and I've tried to buy better towels, just that the quality is just terrible. Thankfully, I brought one big bath towel with me and hand towel, like washcloths. That's not a thing here in the Philippines, apparently. I've found a couple, but I brought a couple of those with me, thankfully. So I wish I would have brought more stuff with me. I was really trying to do the move from the US with limited. I didn't want to come here with 2 or 3 big giant suitcases. So I brought one big suitcase that I checked, and I brought a smaller carry-on, and that was all I brought. In hindsight, I should have brought more stuff. I should have brought more towels. I should have brought more hand towels and washcloths, and I should have brought more clothes, or just different choices in clothes. It's hot here pretty much all year, so I did just come from the gym, but you pretty much wear this kind of stuff for the most part. Even at restaurants, people are wearing very casual. Think beach, right? This is a tropical environment. Even at nice restaurants, people are wearing t-shirts and shorts. I've been to resorts all over the place. By this point, I've been here almost 4 months, like I said, so I traveled quite a bit and been to a lot of different places. And I was dumb, and for some reason, like I said, I'm used to American mindset. I wouldn't call it dress clothes, but I bought polo shirts, like short sleeve collared, sort of semi dressier clothes. I brought like 8 of those with me. I think I wore one day. And that was only because I felt like I should wear it. I should have brought one of those and a lot more t-shirts and shorts and more workout clothes, because the workout clothes here don't fit me right. As you can see, I'm kind of bigger. I'm like right at 200 pounds right now. And the clothes here are made for Filipinos. I can find clothes that fit me, but they still don't fit quite right. So yeah, my advice would be bring more clothes, towels, maybe even bed sheets. The bed sheets are pretty crappy here as well. So what else? Oh, water shoes. I'd probably bring some water shoes. I know that sounds silly. I haven't seen any here. They do have a version of Amazon here. It's called Shopee, but it's terrible. It's a pain in the ass. Most of it's cash on delivery, which didn't even think was a thing anymore. But here in the Philippines, it is. And the Shopee delivery guy is usually somebody on a moped who has a giant stack of packages who drive around and delivers them for Shopee. And they tell you what day they're coming. They don't tell you when they're coming. So you have to physically meet somebody and give them cash when they give you your package. In a way, it's almost good because you know you're getting your package, right? So it gives you peace of mind of that, but it screws pretty much usually an entire day because you're waiting at your house or your condo, waiting for the Shopee driver to show up. And sometimes you're lucky, they'll give you a phone number. Most times the Shopee driver doesn't speak English. So hopefully you have a Filipina that can call them and interact with the Shopee driver. That's been helpful. Amazon will deliver here, a lot of times free shipping, but I've been wildly unsuccessful with it because Amazon charges an import tax into the Philippines. Almost everything I've tried to order, it's jacked me for an import tax. I wanted to get a GoPro, and I wish I would have brought a GoPro, the new Hero 12, I think it is, came out before I left. And I wish, in hindsight, I really wish I would have brought one with me because they cost a lot more money here and they're harder to get. And I have to wait for the Shopee delivery. There is a DJI store if you're into cameras and SMC side, but they were out of stock of the Osmo action camera that I wanted. So hopefully that helps, and I'll do some more of this type of stuff. And oh, the other big one, sorry. I rented this condo unseen, and thank God I got lucky, and my realtor was really amazing and really honest, really easy guy to deal with. I was just lucky. I found him online, and I rented my condo unseen. He sent me video walkthrough of my condo. Really what sold me on my condo was the view. The view's amazing. I don't know if you can get a good sense of it, but that's the pool, and then there's the water right there. So it's a great condo. I got it unseen. I got really lucky. But I rented it for a year. And in hindsight, I really have serious regrets about that because I don't know if you watched my other video on Cebu versus Bohol. I've been back and forth to Bohol probably at this point 6 or 7 times. I ended up renting a second place in Bohol because I like it that much more than Cebu. So my advice would be rent something very short term. Get to the Philippines. Honestly, what I would do in hindsight is I would get to the Philippines and stay in a hotel for like a week. You get better deals doing things in person here, face to face. Like I said, it's a very cash-oriented society, and it's a face-to-face society. The way I got my house in Bohol, I literally was driving around, and I said, let's just go drive around. And when we see a place that looks nice, let's just stop and see if there's a rental. So I was driving around Bohol, and I came across this subdivision that looked really nice, a gated little community, kind of like we have in America. So I asked the security guard at the front, I said, do you mind if I drive through? I want to see if there's any rentals here. He says, hold on a minute. I have a friend. And he comes and he gets this guy that has a friend that had a unit that he was trying to rent. And a few phone call, a guy comes and shows me the unit. It was amazing, never lived in, brand new, perfect. And I ended up renting that place. And another buddy of mine who lives in Bohol also, same thing. He just got a scooter, drove around and did the same thing. He said, when I see nice places, I stop, said, hey, do you guys have any rentals? And he found a great sort of a little condo complex with a pool and really nice setup he has. So my advice would be do that. Get to where it is you're gonna go, stay in a hotel for a week. You're gonna find something here on the ground, boots on the ground, in a week, easily, honestly. In hindsight, I wish I would have done that, and I wish I would have done a short-term lease. Everybody wants to push you into the year lease here because it's good for them, right? They don't have to re-rent it and it alleviates all their headaches, right? But it's not good for us, I don't think, personally. So like I said, I did a year rental on this condo. In hindsight, I really wish I would have done 6 months. He would have even done 3 months. They'll charge you a little more money if you do a short-term lease, but everything's negotiable here is the other thing, especially when you're paying with cash. What I did was I paid the entire year up front. So that gives you a lot more negotiating room, right? So if you're gonna do, let's say, a 3-month rental, what I would do is say, what if I just pay the whole 3 months? Can I get the same rate as if I were going to pay the year, right? Because you're getting maybe 90,000 pesos if you're renting a place for 30,000 pesos a month, right? I'll just give you the 90,000 and be done with it. Then what that lets you do is travel around. Like I said, in hindsight, I wish I didn't do a year here. Even 6 months, I probably would have regretted because I like Bohol way better. Not that my condo isn't great and this building isn't great and have an amazing view, but I just, for lots of reasons, like I talked about in that other video, I just like the environment over there and Bohol better. So I would get your feet on the ground, live here. I would say 3 months gives you a really good handle on whether or not you're going to like someplace for a year. During that 3 months, travel would be my advice personally. Some guys don't like to travel and they're very happy just staying in one place, right? That's not me. That's not why I moved to the Philippines. That's not my lifestyle at all. So what I do is every week I try to do something, even if it's like I posted some videos on waterfalls, and I'll talk more about that in another video, but I try to do something every week just to keep busy and have fun and explore the Philippines and that type of thing. So what I would do is rent for 3 months, explore, find an area that you really fall in love with, and then say, okay, I could see myself living here for 6 months, or I could see myself maybe living here for a year, or maybe I see myself living here permanently. I just really love wherever it is, right? But the 3 to 6 month lease gives you that leeway to do that. Don't lock yourself into a year lease anywhere like I did, unfortunately. Kind of learn from my mistakes, hopefully, and explore and find out what works best for your lifestyle. So, all right, I hope that helps, and I'll do some more of this style video, and been a little slow in the posting lately, really, because I've been busy as heck traveling, actually. So I'm going to kind of catch up and post some videos on that. I spent 2.5 weeks over in Bohol and traveled a lot and seen 8 different waterfalls and some caves and different things like that. So I'm going to do some videos, and I'm going to get better at posting my travel videos and excursions and stuff like that. I'm planning a trip to Anda, Bohol. It's kind of a northern region of Bohol, and seeing some waterfalls and the beaches out there. So I'll do videos on that. So, all right, guys, I hope that helps, and see you guys later. Like and subscribe. All right, see you guys.